So this is our first real stop for today. We just had some lunch from a local supermarket, which was very small and hard to find. But this is the start of the route to Havøysund, or Havøysund. I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, but it's a route that goes all the way to the coast. But the problem is that it's the only route that goes there, so we have to drive there and get back. And that is something that we decided on yesterday. It will cost us some time, but apparently it's more than worth it. But also one of the issues is that it will take us 400 kilometers to get to North Cape this way, and we only have a socket there where we can charge. So getting to North Cape, or Skarsvåg in this case, is not going to be the biggest problem. It's getting back down without superchargers, because we are now in dark territory. We just saw a Tesla wall connector, and that could help us out if necessary, but we still need to get back down here again after spending some time at North Cape as well. So we'll see. It's a bit of a challenge, but I love these kinds of challenges. It makes driving interesting, and as I've always said, I want to determine where I want to go and not let charging deter me where I want to go. So we'll find a solution anyway. It's not going to be the biggest problem, but yeah, that's the way we travel. So just the night before we decide to do a big detour, and we just do it, and we never worry. Well, not too much anyway, and we'll just take it as it comes. So we're here on Havøysund Road, just a resting spot with a nice wooden bridge behind me. So we're going to get some rest here, take a bathroom break also, because even though this is really remotely located, the bathrooms alongside the road, they're all very clean, so that's really very nice to have indeed. So yeah, resting up for about 15 minutes, and then we move on towards Skarsvåg. So we are here at Scandic Briggen, where we have 2 charge points, free to use. They are part of the hotel, but and they're also only available during opening hours apparently. So at night you probably need the RFID card to start charging, but it worked for me without any problem. Now the only thing is that these chargers are single phase 32 amp, which means that they only charge at about 28 kilometers per hour, which is not a lot. So it is not enough to get us a decent charge, but we did need a charge to be sure, because we will be arriving at our destination in Skarsvåg with less than 7% at this point. So right now we're charging up for about half an hour to get some much needed kilometers added to the range. And then we'll probably be able to charge at the house, but that will be a Shuko charge, which will be more or less 11 kilometers per hour. But we can charge overnight, and we're staying here tomorrow for the entire day, and the second night So yeah, probably that will be enough to get us to a more decent charger. Hopefully back down again to Sørkjosen supercharger, which is the northernmost supercharger. But we'll see how that goes once we start driving, not tomorrow morning, but the day after. So tonight we're just going to go to our house, make some dinner, get to bed, sleep in for a change, because I am really tired and the whole family is really tired. And tomorrow afternoon we go to North Cape and spend some time there, maybe see the midnight sun if the weather permits, and there are less clouds than there are today. And after that we start descending back to the south. So just did a short hike up to Kirkeporten, which you see behind me, which is a hole that has been blown through the rock due to the wind erosion, and it's really nice to see like this. And also behind that you also have the horn from North Cape, so we have a good view of that. Probably will hike up the mountain a little bit more to get a better view of that in a few minutes. But yeah, this is really nice. The sun is out. It's about 17 degrees today at North Cape, 71 degrees north. So that's amazing. And we are really enjoying our time here. And tonight we'll go to North Cape and then see the midnight sun there, hopefully, if the weather stays like this. Hello guys, so we are here currently at North Cape. Well, we are at the official North Cape because the actual North Cape is behind me on that tip, but that was like an 18-kilometer hike, which the kids weren't really up to doing. So it's now 12:30 at night, or half past midnight, and yeah, we got the lowest point of the sun more or less at the moment, which is awesome. Let me show you. So there we go, and there we have the actual North Cape monument. A lot of people here, but yeah, it is definitely worthwhile visiting this place. And now we are going to bed, and tomorrow we start descending back to the south. So I just wanted to show you this, guys. Behind me you see the horn of North Cape with the sun also. It's 1 o'clock in the morning now, and it's a really pretty sight. And what I also forgot to mention is that we got a free entrance to North Cape. Apparently, yeah, they are doing more ecological things, and if you go by bike or you are a pedestrian, you can enter for free. And apparently electric car drivers can go for free as well, but you have to have ownership of the car. So rental cars do not count. You have to provide some kind of evidence that you actually own the car. But yeah, good to know. Good morning all, and what a sunny morning it is again. And it is kind of strange, but we are at 71 degrees north, and I'm just running around in a t-shirt. It's about 15 degrees right now, I think, maybe even more. It does feel quite a bit more though. And we're packing up now. I'm walking towards the car. So I couldn't charge at the house, but the owner only lives like 200 meters away. So I could charge at his house, but only at 10 amps. So that was a challenge, because today again we have 400 kilometers we need to travel. And it is, yeah, we're not going to make it on a single charge. So we have to find in Olderdalen probably, maybe Skaidi, a 16.5 kilowatt charger to get us the necessary kilometers or range. Now, in essence it's not a problem, but it is a slower charge, and the family is not going to be too happy that we didn't make it in one go. But yeah, I mean, we're still getting there, and the Tesla has gotten us to North Cape, and it will get us back home as well. We are now at Olderdalen, where I found a Tesla destination charger. There are two more here. One is for electric vehicles in general. The other two are Tesla only. And according to the information on PlugShare, they should be 16.5 kilowatts. Alas, they do give me an indication that it is 3-phase 32 amps, which my car cannot take. And I'm charging at around 36 to 38 kilometers per hour. So it is probably more likely a single phase charger. And that's a pity, because I was hoping to get the full 72 kilometers an hour to get charged up in about an hour to have enough to get to the Skarsvåg supercharger. Now it looks like we're going to be here for about 2 hours. I have 13% negative charge at the moment. There is another charger in Skaidi, so we just had some lunch, and we're going to see, maybe stay here for another half hour, but and then maybe charge up in Skaidi. We'll see. If I look at the trip estimator, I am gaining back, because before I arrived here I had 18% negative charge when I would arrive at the supercharger, but we started out with minus 27. So we are driving, because of the nice weather, we are driving a lot more efficient than what the trip estimator says. So that's good. So now it's a question, do I charge more or do I start hypermiling? So going to contemplate about that a little bit while we charge up a little bit more and see what we do next. So we made it back to Skarsvåg supercharger. We started out with a trip of 395 kilometers to the supercharger. Started with minus 27% state of charge estimated to arrive here. So we did a not so quick charge during lunch, which took us a little over an hour that we spent there. And then I freaked out the wife a little bit, because I actually departed that destination charger with an estimated minus 5% state of charge when we arrived here. So I didn't really do much hypermiling. I just drove the speed limit and used autopilot a lot. And now we just arrived here with 8 kilometers left on range. So yeah, it's a bit close, but that's how you do it. I'm really tired, so I'm going to get a little bit of rest now while we're supercharging, and then we head to the house, get some dinner, and call it an early night. Good morning, everyone. So it's an early morning today, and as you can see, we just at the house right outside the ferry. So the ferry has just arrived. We're going to queue in as well, and then we go into the Lingen Alps before we go to our last destination as a family together, which is Tromsø. So yeah, let's get packed, get on the boat, and today we'll do a nice hike up to the Blue Lake. We are here in the Lingen Alps, and as you can see behind me, you have this incredibly nice blue lake. Yeah, the colors are just, I hope it comes through on video, but they are incredible. So we are going to rest here for a little bit, have some lunch, and then we go back down, and then we go back to Tromsø. So I'm here now at the cable cart in Tromsø, and apparently there's a free charging station here, and it is 16 amps 3-phase. So I'm charging at about 50 kilometers an hour right now, and that's going to be enough to get me to the first supercharger once I drop the family off tomorrow at the airport. Right now we're going to go up, visit the cathedral, walk around in the city, and yeah, tomorrow I'll start heading back home.